What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Yesterday was honestly a bit of a weird day. I feel like we had some good entries, some good setups. Even some of these two-mans down here, it felt like we were playing the right entries. Going into map 2, this entry looked really good. I think this guy only had like 2 headshots on map 1, and this guy had like 10 kills in map 1. Map 2 ends up being a really long game. They go into overtime, and these guys soar over their projection. So unfortunate there. This was the YouTube play. It missed by 0.5 each. So the second map actually went the distance. I didn't watch the second map. I actually went to bed pretty early last night. But the second map goes the distance at 13 to 11. If that map does not go the distance, these guys almost for sure do not get 1 extra kill. And then this guy gets 1 extra headshot on that map too. So unfortunate there. Again, they missed by 0.5. This was the YouTube entry of the day. Can't really be mad at it. It misses by 0.5, and these guys end up going the distance. And then the first map actually was a decently long game too. Down here, finishing out these two-mans, we also had Franz Wagner and Desmond Bain. Amazing call on Desmond Bain to go under. Franz Wagner entering the fourth quarter had 3 rebounds, you guys. He gets 4 rebounds in about 4 or 5 minutes in the fourth quarter in garbage time. They're already down by maybe 17 or 18 points, and he ends up getting 4 rebounds in the fourth quarter. Just kind of amazing stuff that was happening yesterday. So this is just kind of how the week's been. I did check this week, so this past 7 days, we're still up about 7 or 8 units, which is kind of amazing because we had a really bad day on Sunday, bounced back on Monday, pretty much covering all of those losses. And then yesterday again, or this was yesterday, right? Do go down a couple units. I don't think it was that crazy bad, but we do go down a couple units just because some of these things do not hit. And I've been in this game long enough where I know that sometimes it's really weird. There's week stretches or couple week stretches where everything just feels so difficult to hit, and that's kind of where we are now. But then there are some times like where we were in February where just everything was hitting amazingly. So you're not going to see super consistent growth. You will see though when we do start hitting and everything just falls into place. There could be a day like yesterday. Like if we have better luck, all 3 of these entries could have cashed. Like this could have cashed if the unders hit, this could have cashed if the overs hit, and this could have cashed if Prezi has a better game, right? And that's not even considering some of these unlucky circumstances here that ended up happening, right? With Franz Wagner getting garbage time points and stuff like that. Bright side here, we did hit this two-man pretty much right after I released yesterday's video, which is good to see. You guys can always see the main thing I want to see with these reds, things going red, is correlation, and that's exactly what we see. We see things going over when I take the unders. We see things going under when I take the overs. We see things going over when I take the unders. Like same thing, right? If you guys know this channel, if you guys watch these videos, you guys know that I do things correlated wise, and these things will go red, red, or green, green together. And again, when things start falling into place, it's actually amazing. It's like the best feeling ever. Yeah, maybe next week it'll be like that. Maybe at the end of this week it'll be like that too. But another bright side thing here is we are set up for League of Legends going into tonight, going into tomorrow morning. So it's going to be at like 3 a.m. or something like that, because these games are always at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. or something when we wake up, and hopefully this can cash here. So really great here. League of Legends, we've been reading amazingly well. And if there's any sport that has really, like I said yesterday, it's kind of been our knockout punch, it's League of Legends. So it's great to see this set up. Again, if we hit this 8.5x, that would literally make us like 8 units. Okay, so this, like all of these entries right here, this is 6 misses. All of these entries would then be reversed, and this entry would pay for all of these misses here. So the 4-mans are really, really big on the strategy here. That's not even considering that some of these easily could have hit too, you guys. Hopefully you guys kind of understand that too. If you guys don't know, I'm a very profitable sports bettor over the long term. Over the 9-10 month period, we're up close to 600 units, you guys. This is over 2,500 bets. So bet a lot on this channel, bet a lot on the VIP, and I place probably about like 8 or 9 bets a day. A lot of esports, a lot of soccer correlation, NFL correlation. Actually, I think it's, the XFL is coming up the end of March. So we're going to be doing some XFL betting, because XFL is very correlated, just like college football is, just like NFL is. And then if you guys are wondering a little bit more recently, I know I talked about the last 9 months, but this is 2025 so far, you guys. We're up 164 units so far in 2025. You guys can see this recent little dip here, but again, you got to kind of treat this as like a stock price or something like that, where you got to look at it over the long term, right? It doesn't really matter day to day how things are happening. You want to invest your money in really, really solid picks, and over the long term, that's going to pay out, right? I will say, even this was January right here, where you see this kind of like up and down formation. This was one of our worst months that we had, and this is part of 2025, and really 2025, we've only had two months so far. We've had February and January. January, we had one of our worst months in the worst stretch of like a 2-week period we've ever had, and we still ended up going up over 20 units that month. I think we went up like 20 to 30 units. So if you're a $10 better, that's still $200 to $300 in our worst month ever. That's not even considering in November we went up more than 100 units. February went up more than 100 units. So if you're a $10 better in February, you went up actually I think like $1,200 to $1,300, and that's just a $10 better. A lot of you guys are $20, $30 better, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into the picks for the day. I do have a Taco Tuesday pick for you guys. I love this entry right here. We're going to have to wait a couple days for it. I think it's happening on Friday morning, something like that. But we have been doing so well on these tacos and these discounted plays, pairing them up with League of Legends, different lines for League of Legends. Okay, so I know this is probably small for you guys where you can't read this, but just look at all of these entries here. This is pretty much the past month of different discounts that PrizePicks gave us. Okay, so these are different Taco Tuesdays. These are different discounts. These are just the screenshots I can find. It feels like we've been, I like to say like 12 and 15. That's honestly kind of what I feel like. I feel like we've hit 12 of them, maybe missed 3 of them, okay? We have been so locked in. If you guys have been following the free Twitter plays, I think we're on like a 5-0 run with this, doing entries just like this, okay? And this is why I like League of Legends or esports betting more than like NBA picks and stuff, is because you can find these crazy discrepancies, okay? You guys need to lock in Targamas, I'm going to call him, Targamas under 14 assists. Make sure it is KC versus HLE, okay? Targamas is going to have 2 lines up. One's at about 15.5 and one's at about 14. You want to take the one that's at 14. It might bump down to 13.5. You want to make sure to take that one under. I like the other under too, but this under I like more, okay? So we're obviously going to pair up the taco. If you're watching this after Donovan Mitchell is off the board, then just pair it up with the next taco, right? There should be another taco that comes out about 2:30 and then another one at about 6 p.m., okay? So just pair it up with whatever taco you do have on the board. And then I'm taking Targamas under 14 assists. Why am I doing this? Well, they are playing HLE, which is one of the best teams in the world, okay? They are a, I believe, Korean team. Korean teams are a much better team than the rest of the world. They dominate League of Legends. They always win the world's tournaments and stuff like that. So they are the much better team. Even though KC is a decent team, this is Carmine Corp right here. Even though they're a decent team, they're nowhere near the quality of HLE, okay? HLE, I looked at their odds. They're minus 335 odds to 2-0 this team. Okay, so they're minus 335 to go 2-0, causing Carmine Corp to not win one single game right here in this series. So what that means, that is pretty much, you know, if you don't know what these odds means right here, that's almost like, I'm trying to relate it to like the NFL. That's like the Lions beating the Panthers, maybe. Like Lions versus Panthers this year, where Lions were like maybe a Super Bowl contender. Panthers, one of the worst team in the NFL. The Lions versus Panthers odds was probably like minus 335. So it's very likely to happen that they 2-0 this team. Now, what does that mean? Targamas is averaging 3.25 assists in losses. So I just told you guys that HLE is very favored to dominate this game and take 2 wins over the team, over KC. So the other team this guy's playing should be able to 2-0 them. And he is averaging, Targamas, only 3.25 assists in losses. So this means, on average, he should only get 6.5 assists in these maps if the thing happens where they do 2-0 Carmine Corp, okay? So really great entry here. I think the fair value for this is probably around like 8 to 8.5. So in my eyes, this is like a 6 assist discrepancy right here. This is why I love League of Legends, because you can find lines like this that are just way off. I don't think in any world this should be 14. I think it's way too high. Even if Carmine Corp does end up taking one game from HLE, there's still a chance he goes under this, okay? In wins, most teams get like maybe 9-10 assists, okay? These supports will get like 9 or 10 assists. That could still leave another game where he'll only get like 3-4 assists, and maybe he pushes or goes down and gets 13, okay? So again, the reasons why I love this, Targamas's team should get 0-2'd. They should lose both games here. And in losses, this guy has only gotten 3.25 assists on average. So he should only get like 6 or 7 assists is what I'm thinking here. Maybe he gets 8, maybe he gets 9, maybe he gets 12. It doesn't really matter. All of those are under 14, so we should cash this here. Really amazing play, you guys. All right, if you guys want more plays like that, if you guys like what I'm talking about with esports, with correlation, I'm about to get into more correlated plays with esports and with Valorant. But if you guys like that, then please join my VIP. All you guys have to do is text me the word picks to my number right here on the screen, and I will get you guys in for 2 free months of my VIP with just a $5 deposit into Vivid Picks. My code for Vivid Picks right here is detective with no caps. But just text me first, you guys, and I'll make sure you guys have the correct link, the correct sign up page, and I will get you in after I get that screenshot of the $5 deposit really easily, you guys, in that 2 free months. Again, in 2025, we're up about 160 units plus. So you would just do how much you put on every single bet times this number. So again, if you're a $10 sports bettor, you would make $1,600 plus in this time frame. Again, we're only about 2 months into 2025. So just a $5 deposit into Vivid Picks, if you're a $10 sports bettor, would have made you $1,600 if you guys would have done that on January 1st. And again, we have never had a non-profitable month on this channel, and I do not plan to have a non-profitable month on this channel because over the long term, we are very, very profitable, and I'm super confident in that. All right, so getting into the second play of the day, we do have Valorant correlation. As you guys saw some of these entries here, going back to some of these losses, some of these wins, correlation is with Counter-Strike and Valorant is the same thing pretty much. So longer game means more kills. So we have this Valorant game up here that we have set up. I took the overs because it was a longer game, okay? So I'm thinking this game's going to be a shorter game because we have Shopify Rebellion versus Blue Otter. Shopify Rebellion is the better team. They are the much better team. They should be able to close this game out. I also have 2 of the worst players on both of these teams. All right, that's just how it is. 2 of the worst players. I'm taking their unders here. Valorant, the only difference from Counter-Strike is there are a little bit more of roles. There's kind of roles in this game. So they have players that get a lot of kills, and then they also have players that do more of the assisting, more of the supporting and stuff like that. And these are these players that are going to do more of those support roles right there. So I'm taking the unders for these teams. Again, shorter games means less kills. Longer game means more kills. If you go into double, triple overtime, normally, unless your name's Prezi, normally you're going to go over your kill total and get 30 plus kills in just one map because that is going to be a lot more rounds being played than if it's a very short game and it's like 13-1, 13-2, something like that. Then everyone's kill total should go way under because there's just not enough rounds to get kills. Okay, so lock this in for Valorant and then lock this in for any taco you have. I'm telling you guys, this is such an amazing play right here with Targamas. Make sure it is KC at HLE, okay? Make sure it's right here. It should be at 14 or 13.5. I would take this down, honestly, if I were you guys. If this bumps down to 12.5, I would still take it. It is that good of a play. Again, really the only downside of this play that I can see is you guys have to wait till Friday, but that's really no big deal at all, right? We'll wait a couple days to cash an entry and get a 3x, you guys. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to get into the VIP, this is the method to do so. Just text me right here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.